Okay. I don't know if we're up. I think we are. But I can't really cross-reference. So if not, then whoopsie doodle. But here we are. So I really didn't think that when all this happened, it would end up like this, but I really should have known because these people have been at this for 2 years now, and I'm done with the bullshit. So yeah, I will not be doing it any longer. Um, I have recently seen the quote unquote statement that this person right here posted on their YouTube channel, and it is complete and utter bullshit. And we'll be dissecting, and some of it is just unbelievably ridiculous. So I'm gonna be talking about it today because I will not allow this any longer. I'm done taking the high road, as the name implies. I'm not doing this any longer. You have harassed me nonstop for 2 years, and now you want to act like you're some damn martyr. But you're not. You're a fucking coward. And your resources will deplete. And no, I'm not talking about quote unquote unreleased music. I'm talking about your resources as in the community you built. You literally only built this community so that you could gain power. Power that you then used to harass me nonstop for years. All of you. All 4 of you. Probably more. But I wouldn't know. So it starts off with, so someone says, I thought Jeff was a member here, and they say no, and she shouldn't be. I don't know why they're referring to Jeff as a girl, but okay. This crap has made a post about me on his channel. See, you used the right pronoun there. He only exposed the text without having the context. There is no acceptable context in which it is okay to tell someone the things that you said to my black friend, AJ. And I'm bringing up the fact that he is black because this guy right here keeps trying to tell us that he decides who and who isn't racist, or that somehow the amount of people that say you're not a racist affects that. No. What matters is the fact that AJ, a black person, was extremely disgusted and hurt by the words that Liam said. And the only reason Liam was not banned was because of Reflection, who was an admin who advised me against it. That is the only reason I did not ban Liam when this initial thing went down. So anyways, he says, I had the full one and I know that I am right. This person, who is Little Mix Music on YouTube, they made that Big Bad Wolf vocal analysis, and yes, I am gonna say their name because they are an enabler. They said, I just saw Jeff's long text, and then they said they really want to burn you. Okay. This person then says, I think I will leave the community for some time. What is this? Their 60th break from the community, quote unquote, from the community. They're fighting Selena Gomez for who can take the most non-social media breaks. I know that I am not the harasser in this, but you actually are. You wish. And first of all, this is such a hilarious term to use because I don't think you understand the depravity of what you just said. You have been harassing me for 2 years. Or I'm not even going to speak to you. This person has been harassing me for 2 years, non-stop. They have continuously tried to involve me with Fifth Harmony shit. I tried to distance myself from Fifth Harmony stuff and Fifth Harmony music. I literally unlisted most of my videos about Fifth Harmony on this channel, and yet they continue to talk about me. It is absolutely vile and disgusting. I literally withdrew from the situation. I stopped leaking songs on 7/27 because I stopped wanting people to think that I was going to keep doing that. The reason I did it in the first place was because it was their 10-year anniversary. That is supposed to be a special anniversary. 10 years, that is a long time. 11 years and 12 years are not the same as 10 years. But who knows? Like, I maybe would have done stuff anyways, but I'm not going to do it when you're fucking harassing me to do it. I do not owe you shit. Nobody owes you shit. Anyways, then I said, what you all went through isn't even your fault. He's referring to the fact that a Discord server got pinged like 10 times because of their own negligence in not turning off at everyone. As if what you all went through, as if this was some sort of traumatic experience. It was literally hilarious, but okay. And like, I'm not even saying that I found it hilarious. I'm saying that it literally is hilarious. The stuff that was being said was not serious. Very evidently so. It was not serious at all. This person says, if I were you, I'd stay calm about it. They are saying we are the immature ones, but they still keep talking about us. You're actually unhinged, because they literally brought me up in this server that very day on Christmas Eve. They had nothing better to do than bitch and moan about the fact that they did not have Fifth Harmony unreleased songs, as if they literally didn't screw themselves over in the first place, and also as if they didn't already get tons of them. And yeah, we're still talking about it because you have had full control over the narrative and used and abused your power like nobody's business, and it is absolutely disgusting, and I won't take the high road any longer. I will not let you keep talking about me. I will not let you keep harassing me. I'm not going to sit dormant, and I don't care if that makes me the villain, quote unquote, in people's stories, because I know that I am not wrong in this situation specifically, because I am doing nothing but defending myself against the bullshit that you spew. And then this person right here, this is why I'm exposing them. Yes, they're crazy. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. We're crazy. This person right here literally said they were going to kill themselves because they didn't get Fifth Harmony unreleased music. That is how unhinged they are. Their moral line literally is, if you leak songs, you're a good person. If you don't leak songs, you're a bad person. That makes you a bad person. They literally called me pure evil for saying I would stop leaking Fifth Harmony songs after one of their fucking goons harassed my friend with bipolar so bad and made them so upset that they fell into a manic depression. I said I was going to stop leaking songs after that. I did not, but I said I would. And this bitch had the audacity to say that I was pure evil for not leaking songs because of that. You should blame yourself. You literally told me you literally agreed with me that your fucking goon was in the wrong for that. And then you wanted to backtrack and say that you never said that, but I won't get into that. I also saw that most vocal analysis channels are making videos using his filters. They are talking about me. Recently, I have had my vocal filters on Joel Station, Spotlight Productions, and my friend Jeff's channel, Jeff and the Harmonies. And they are talking about me here. My pronouns are very publicly she, her. It is not a question, and it is not like a matter of uncertainty. It should be abundantly clear that I use the pronoun she, her, and yet they are misgendering me right here. And to say we're crazy? Are you serious? You literally know nothing about the situation. And then they say, I mean, you really don't have to choose a side, but see how I never got issues with anyone in the Little Mix fandom? That's not true. You literally got into a fight with mixers on Twitter. And we're like, oh, I'm Wixie Tiv, the Fifth Harmony leaks the Little Mix leaks master, as if you're some sort of god. That's what you think you are. That's the issue. You think you're a god, and you're not. And then they just say all. I don't know what they mean by that. Who are still alive. I don't know what that means either. I have always been benevolent with everyone, because a benevolent person needs to tell everyone how benevolent they are, huh? Explain why I have this problem with this person. They have their version, I have mine. There's no different versions. There's reality, what actually happened, and then there's delusion. And delusion is the path you pick every time, which we will see in your statement about what actually happened. And I have screenshots, and yours is correct. You don't know shit, but keep talking, because clearly you don't actually care about the facts. You just want to care. You just are biased towards the person who leaks Little Mix music, which makes sense. And then I'm here. I heard I was canceled. You were not canceled. You were called out for being a disgusting creep. And then this person just laughs. This is so funny. It's actually not funny. Taking advantage of minors and bullying minors is not funny. Then trying to act as if you're the victim, it's not going to work. You literally are the Gabby Hanna of the Fifth Harmony community. And to clarify some stuff one last time, I never really begged Melon Peach for songs. You don't have to get on your hands and knees and beg for a song to be begging. You literally just have to be mad at me. And also, you literally got on your alt-to-be and pinged me on my on my YouTube channel and were like, Leak, you gave me love Pro Tools. Oh my God. Except at my early beginning before I started getting into, oh, sure. Okay, so this is where the statement really begins. When I started getting into this world, I had bought my first unreleased song, which was Touched by Ally Brooke, and I was really happy about earning the song. And since I knew it was a girl, I wanted to leak it for the Ally fans. Actually, what you did was go on my server and start trying to tease it cryptically and then delete all the messages, which you then tried to say, which you then used in this. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna slow down. So that day, she was already furious about me because she did an edit of a song, and I've asked what the difference was on the edit, and she took it personally. She hated me that day. I didn't know that 2022 and 2023 were the same year. Do you want to explain that to me? Because if we look at the screenshots right here in this first one, this is when I sent my edit, and this was my edit of Drown on Solid Ground. So basically, I turned the song into stems. I didn't turn it into stems. I used a converter. And then I went in Logic Pro, and since I was working on a lot of music at the time, I decided to sidechain and try and mix it and make it sound better. So I did this with the song, and I sent it to the server, and I was like, why is this so much better? And then this person, this is the same one. This is the deleted user. And this is this, I mean, they literally confirmed it. They deleted their original account, but they confirmed that it's the same interaction. I'm sure they'll try and lie and say it wasn't, though. And then they said, it's the same thing with a laughing emoji. That is not what they said here. They said, because, and I asked what the difference was. You did not say that. You said, it's the same thing, and then sent a laughing emoji. And then, before we do, look at the date here. August 28th, 2022. You bought Touched by Ally Brooke in May of 2023. I'm not sure why you converged the dates here, but it doesn't make you look better. It makes you look like a liar who can't keep track of all their lies, which is exactly what you are. Now, the second one right here, I said, question mark, Drown on Solid Ground. Tell me you don't know anything about mixing without telling me you don't know anything about mixing. Okay, OMG, what is that? OMG, what is this? I said, what are you talking about? For real? And they said, you said it's way better than the version we got. I said, the drums are much louder in my mix of Drown on Solid Ground. So I'm talking about mixing aspects. And they said just the drums. And then I explained how it was different. And the volume is adjusted and the vocals aren't fucking screeching through the song, which I don't agree. They definitely were still screeching. But anyways. They said, okay, because I turned them down. I re-queued the song, so I don't know what you're talking about. Very tame in all lowercase, even casual. And then they say, maybe I didn't hear the difference since I don't have my listeners. And I said, but I spent a lot of time on that, so you should not make such claims. Which, I mean, I stated it exactly for what it was. I did not sugarcoat how I felt. And I did. I spent hours on it. So I don't know why. And I actually was trying to learn mixing skills by doing it. And then they said, I didn't criticize. I just asked, what's the difference? You did not ask what the difference was. I see, you're lying in this screenshot all the way back in August of 2022. And you said the same bullshit now. It's not true. I said, no, you said it was the same. There's nothing rude in what I said. I didn't agree. I mean, they said that there was nothing rude. That doesn't mean it's true. And even if it was, I still felt it was rude. Even if there was nothing rude inherently, I thought it was rude. And then they said, because I didn't notice the difference. Because I can't put I think they mean headphones, because I changed my phone yesterday. Every audio is horrible without headphones. So I was curious and asked. Still lying, even after I said, they literally responded to my message that I said, no, you said it was the same. So I was curious and asked. You did not ask. And they said, and I said, whatever you want to believe, because, yeah, I'm being serious. No need to make this a warfare. Y'all, this is considered, quote unquote, making a warfare, responding to a message with any tone that is not the utmost of diligence and the epitome of kindness. Because I just asked about the difference between the two audios. I said, I'm not making a warfare. I said 4 words, and I was going to leave it there. And I said, you said it wasn't rude, which isn't true, and you didn't ask me either. You sent a joy emoji and said it was the same. So I didn't take kindly to it. I said that you didn't know about mixing and then explained what was different. I don't care about this topic. I am not discussing it further solely because I don't care. But this is not the first time you've accused me of being mad over something when all I did was correct you. And I said, I didn't mean to be rude, seriously. So still no apology. And they didn't, and I don't want an apology. Like, I'm just saying they didn't apologize. Like, they clearly did not feel bad about what they did. But of course they expect us to get on our hands and knees and apologize for insulting AI covers with models they didn't create. And I'm not saying that AI covers are not valid if you didn't create the model. I mean, I don't even make AI covers anymore to begin with, honestly, but because I'm trying to not use AI. But the point is that they are literally they literally took offense to somebody calling their AI covers bad, as if they were the one who made those models, as if they were the one, as if they, as if it was hard to make those when all the work was already done for them. And what I did took way more effort than making an AI cover back then. So anyways, then I said, and I asked, and she took it personally. She hated me that day. Complete and utter lie. To go back to touch, when I sent the screenshot of me having the file, at the hero, who is Axe Darks, and at Liam were there so they can confirm. She did a whole text claiming I was bragging. And you were. So let's take a look. So I saw that on Buying One, I Don't Care. They're talking about buying an Ally song. And Asia says, sure, Jan. I'm going to put this in my vault stuff. They have a Grail in their inventory, OMG. And then you can see very clearly where they deleted messages. And then they sent like a screenshot of Touch by Ally Brooke with like a heart eyes emoji. They're very clearly trying to hype the server up or get people to be jealous or get a reaction out of people because that's what they wanted. And then here, because I was supposed to be on a Discord break because I was seriously going through some shit at the time. And I ended up coming back because somebody told me about what's happening. And I said, I can't believe I come back from a Discord break to skim over messages just to find you bragging in front of a server full of 50 plus members. In the past, when I've had unleaked, never once have I ever bragged publicly in front of other members' faces about stuff they don't have. It's disgusting and why I cannot stand the leaking community at times. Bragging gets your shit leaked. Don't think I didn't see the deleted message where you said, Touch is so good. Literally mentioned the deleted message right here. You said you were taking a break because you were too invested in leaks, yet you come back just to plagiarize a serious idea I had, and then tell me that's the reason I wouldn't give you private information. Now that, I'm talking about Girls Like Us. So I told him that Girls Like Us was 2013 and Better Together era. I told him it was real, and he was pissed because I wouldn't tell him where I got the information from. Because he wrongfully assumed that the reason I wouldn't tell him was because I was pissed about the series he was doing. But that wasn't the reason. It was because I literally was not allowed to. And he was throwing a fucking fit about it, even though I could have never even given the information in the first place. I mean, he's like a toddler when you take a lollipop away. So you said you were taking a break because you were too invested in leaks. And around this time, he was harassing sellers. He was harassing all sorts of people. I told him to stop over and over and over again. He did not give a flying fuck. Because he just wanted to he literally did not care if he was being a complete asshole, if he was annoying other people. He did not care at all. And there were a lot of members at the time who were extremely uncomfortable with his actions. And I was literally getting told by people in the community to get him together. And I kept defending him. I kept saying he's a good person. He has a good heart. He just is new to all this. And I literally thought that he and I were really good friends. But then he later admits that we were never friends and he literally was only my friend to get unleaked. So then I said, you said you were taking a break because you were too invested in leaks. Yeah, you come back just to plagiarize a serious idea I had, and then tell me that's the reason I wouldn't give you private information. FYI, everything that the seller you bought this from is past. There is a person who has consistently leaked everything they have day after day. Don't make this mistake again. And then they said, don't worry, I know what to do. I'll leak it anyways. And they actually had a message here about how we should have a listening party in the VC. And then they said, I'm so happy. I have leaked something for my whole life. That was my objective. And Axe Darks, a.k.a. The Hero, a.k.a. Parallel X Fan, a.k.a. LM and 5H Leaks on YouTube, literally sends a judgmental Normani emoji. And that is not all, because both him and Tom 5H, who is also known as Candy Painted and a complete and utter loser, and I don't use that word as in like a bully way, as in they are literally transphobic. They are every kind of ism in the book. They are a piece of shit. Okay? And they have said some of the most vile things imaginable. They both hearted my message and agreed with me. So for you to come here acting like I said something deplorable is absolutely hilarious. It reveals that you have a skin that is about as thick as tissue paper. Because this shit doesn't even compare to the shit that you say later on. After this event, I have decided to completely cut her and her friends off definitively. And after seeing all these behaviors, Axe, Darks, and Liam, who are on good terms with them, decided to join my side. No, they didn't. You're a liar. They did not. I didn't even really start having stuff from 5H. A complete and utter... That's actually true. You didn't have stuff from 5H at this time. You want to know when they joined you? When you did. That's when they joined you. That's when they stopped being neutral parties, quote unquote, because they were never like... Well, Axe was pretty neutral. That's why Axe never got banned. I literally never banned Axe Darks from the server. Because it was only you and Liam who pissed me off. And did a bunch of horrible shit. So I didn't kick Axe. He literally left himself after I kicked Liam. But anyways, and that did not happen until the end of August, or the start of it. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. They were there the whole time. I have screenshot proof. After some time, I found someone who had Come Get It featuring JLo, and I wanted to buy it and leak it because obviously Come Get It meant a lot, something important to me, and Melon Peach knew it because I told her. That's completely irrelevant to the story. I know what you're talking about, but that's completely irrelevant. Maybe I've said nice things. Maybe I have not said some nice things about her or her friends. Okay, but they were mocking my creations of AI covers and songs around the same time. That is such a pathetic reason to be a fucking asshole because it's not even on the same level of shit said. You got told that an AI cover wasn't good in a server you weren't in, and some of us were not even aware that they were your AI covers to begin with. You did not create those models. Let me reiterate, you did not create those models, and you did not create those songs that you were making AI covers of. So you have no intellectual property in this at all. And even if you did, it's not, like, I can't. And then you would say the most vile fucking shit imaginable compared to what we said. I maybe didn't make it perfect, but I was doing it because some people wanted to hear the OG songs in Fifth Harmony voices. It was all fun. And they didn't tag SkyX, which is his account. Saw everything they said. They mocked me and what I tried to conceive. SkyX did not join the server until fucking July. So I don't know what you're talking about because this was in June. So no, they didn't. Later that year, someone contacted me claiming they had the song The Way You Look at Her, which you then called The Way You Look, even though that's not the title. I bought it with the help of Liam, and we leaked it because y'all deserve to listen to the songs after leaks. 5H leaked only snippets. Okay, Sure, Jan. After saying that more songs were available to be bought, we made a group with Axe Darks, Liam, this bitch, Monty Swift, and another friend who you conveniently can't name. Oh wait, and I know why. We're gonna get to that. To buy the songs. Girls Like Me, Talk to Me, V2. It's not V2, by the way. Telling me, and we did with the help of Mr. Karopi, who turned out to be Mel and Peach's friend. Actually, what happened was that you told Mr. Karopi to try and scam me. You told him, after you guys got the songs, to contact me and try and trade with me for Girls Like Us. And when I sent the file, he was supposed to block me. You sent a 14-year-old boy to try and scam a 16-year-old girl, and then want to come here acting like you didn't do anything wrong? Or that the things we did, and if I did, and let's say I did do something wrong, because I have done plenty wrong before, not to you, but in general. If I am talking, like when it comes to you, our actions are not even in the same dimension. But you sent Mr. Karopi to try and scam me. Then when I talked to Mr. Karopi, I found out that he is actually a nice person, and he thought the same thing of me. We literally became friends, and he sent me the songs for free. So to claim that we were already friends is absolutely hysterical. You think that I had like information on the inside? No, I literally was ignoring almost every single DM that I got. I was trying to stay away from you because I did not want anything to do with you. But you were obsessed. So you sent one of your friends to try and scam me, and look who ended up paying the price. Anyways, so her and him claimed I forced minors to participate on group buys, which I haven't. I have always prioritized the personal life of them instead of leaks. Example, I was supposed to make a group buy with Axe Darks for Little Mix stuff, but once couldn't afford it because they were sick. Once they couldn't afford it because they were sick, I paid for the song myself and sent him the money to buy medicine. I knew Carol P was a minor, and once again, I've never forced anyone or manipulated anyone. Yes, you did. You were an 18-year-old taking advantage of a 14-year-old boy and trying to convince him to participate in scamming not just me, but other people. And I know that it's for unreleased music, but still, that is illegal because you guys were going to leak the songs. That is corruption of a minor. And yes, I know 18 is young. I know how young 18 is. Of course I do. I never claimed otherwise. But you were old enough to know better. There's a huge difference. And I'm more getting into it. He was 14 years old. 14. I think I had learned later he was a minor. I don't know. That's not the deal. If that really bothered him, I would have not let him in the group. But it's weird that when he had the songs pending, he was so ready to buy. But anyways, double standards. No, it's not double standards. The thing is that a 14-year-old is going to be excited to do that. Of course they are. Of course a 14-year-old is going to be excited to do that. It was his favorite group, and he wanted to hear more songs from them. So for you to sit here and act like he is somehow responsible or just as guilty as everyone else in this situation is just utterly ridiculous, because it's not okay what you did. Just because he was excited for it doesn't mean you should have encouraged it. You should have shut it down. And I don't want to hear it, because I had conversations with Mr. Karopi back then, and even I could tell how young he was. It was not a secret. You could tell just from one conversation with him that he was very clearly not an adult, and that he was very clearly still in middle school. Or a freshman in high school. Either way, too fucking young. You were about to go into your first year of college. That same karaoke who bought those 5 songs sent them to Izzy. He lied to me and said he wasn't responsible for leaking the songs. He would tell me the truth later on the leaks. Mel and Peach even said it was hers. Because it was partially me, but sure, go off. Obviously, we were pissed because we as a group paid $1,000 of files, with me paying the most in majority of the time. A complete and utter lie, because I spoke to Volcanian and he literally told me that he paid for the majority of Talk to Me V2 in full. Yeah, that Volcanian person you mentioned, they, that that's Volcanian. And y'all had no issue exploiting him as well and stealing this money from people. I'm looking for it right now. Hang on. Yeah, right here. So let's take a look. But I did it anonymously and then they tried to harass me. Oh, people sent me them. They were sending them to literally everyone. Dang, I kind of figured it would happen, but I pretended to be blissfully unaware, mostly because I was the one that fronted all the money for Talk to Me. So no, you were not the one who paid the majority. But okay. Uh anyways. So we were mad at her, but we were ready to have a reconciliation of everything that happened and tried to discuss with her. Before 727 of last year, I asked her if she wanted to leak something with us to please the fandom, but she ignored me, or maybe she couldn't read the message in time, so I leaked the Scared of Happy demo. Even if I did ignore you, it's none of your business. It seriously isn't. I do not owe you shit. I do not owe anyone shit. And to say that that's rude or bullying is just utterly pathetic. Because you guys don't know what that word actually means. You don't know what it's like to actually be bullied at. I'm simply defending myself because you guys keep acting like I owe you something. You want to use me like your puppet on strings. But I will not be your puppet on strings. And the only time you wanted to reconcile with me was when you wanted something from me. Because that's what you are. Someone who uses people and discards them when they're no longer useful to you. Following that, you already know what happened. One day I woke up to a video from a friend with little too much AI cover. I was like, let's see what they've made because they're a great content creator when it comes to AI covers. And found out that my old AI cover was reused, quote unquote, in their video as a basis. I don't know what he means by basis here. I don't know if he means that, I mean, it would be pretty absurd if he thinks that Jeff actually used his AI cover in the video because it was clearly not the same vocals. But sorry about that. So, and they say, And I wasn't credited, which they don't do when it comes to me leaking stuff. Yeah, they don't credit you because you're a shitty person and you abused me. And this is abuse. This is literally abuse. You have a platform that you built from leaking songs. You gained power slowly by leaking songs to the community. Once you had that power, you weaponized that power to send masses and hordes of hate my way. That is literally abuse. You were abusing your power in this community to maliciously hurt and attack me. So no, we don't credit you because you're trash. That's what you are. And I don't credit people who are pieces of shit. Like, that's like saying, like, if Reflection leaked something, I would credit him. No, I wouldn't. Which they don't do when it comes to me leaking stuff. Someone outside from this conversation even commented on their video saying this was similar to my version. It doesn't matter. Of course it's going to be similar. The snippet that leaked showed that Camila sings the entire bridge and outro herself. Not just the entire bridge and outro, but the chorus, the final chorus. We don't know if it's every chorus, but it's at least the final chorus. So it's a natural position to put Camila in the chorus. That means that the only difference you could make would be to swap the pre-choruses and the verses. And he did. The pre-choruses go in different succession than his version. It's not the same. And even if it was, you don't own that. Nobody stole from you. You have a victim mentality and think that you were owed something, but you were not. And they said that because my version isn't online anymore, that it was okay for them to use it, and it's not stealing. That's still stealing. No, it's not. First of all, because you don't own that. You have to, if you're stealing something, you have to own that. Or at least you have to have inspired that, which you did not. I'm sorry to tell you, but you did not inspire the idea of Camila singing the chorus, because you didn't even believe me when I said that it was a snippet of 5H's version. You said that it was from Camila's Pro Tools, but from her solo version, but it's not. That is what you said. So that is the official snippet. So to act like this is some sort of thing that you came up with, you did not at all. And said that. And also, the reason that your version not being online anymore was brought up was because how was anyone supposed to copy something that they can't find? That's like saying, this is why in copyright lawsuits, when someone gets sued, that they have to prove that their song was noticeable enough to actually be plagiarized to begin with. Because if nobody knows your cover, nobody can plagiarize it. And the idea that somehow, because we reacted to your AI covers once on Debris, that were unlabeled, by the way, that we somehow copied you intentionally. First of all, it's not even mine. But the idea that anyone would copy you intentionally, ridiculous. And I am going to get those comments next time. For right now, we're going to go on pause because I actually have to eat lunch. But I'm going to come with the screenshots of that argument next time. And then we're going to get into him and his awful, awful defense of infamously telling my best friend to overdose on psych meds and end up in a psych ward. So, no, not psych meds. Overdose on antipsychotics and end up in mental ward. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Actually, no, this is not an enjoyable topic at all. So I hope you're having a great Christmas if you celebrate, and happy holidays. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later this evening.